Okay, so in the last session we discussed about inheritance. Okay, we discussed about method, overriding, dynamic polymorphism, and all those things. So today we will discuss about interface concept. Okay, what is interface? So let's see. I'll give you one very basic example of interface. Let's see. I want to open a branch of ICICI Bank. Let's say I'm the owner of ICICI Bank, and I want to open a branch in US. So US government says that okay, if you want to open any branch, you have to follow some rules and regulations which we have already defined, okay, in one interface. Okay. So ICICI Bank says that okay, that's fine. We don't have any problem with that. We want to open a branch in US, and we are ready to follow all the rules and regulations. So that bank interface has been created by US, and a lot of banks are available in the market. ICICI Bank, right? And let's see, HDFC Bank, okay, Yes Bank, Bank of America. A lot of banks are there. If they want to open their branch in US, they have to follow their rules and regulations. And those rules and regulations, in the form of methods, they have defined in one interface. And all these, okay, all these classes, ICC Bank, HSBC Bank, okay, they are implementing these interfaces. But in interface, it's a little bit different from inheritance concept. In interface, we can achieve multiple inheritance. It means a child class can implement multiple interfaces. Okay, but in inheritance, a child class can inherit only one parent class. But in interface, let's see, I want to open a branch in US, then US Bank is one interface, US Brazil, US UK. I mean UK Bank US, Brazil Bank, and UK Bank. Three different banks interfaces I'll create, and a single class ICICI Bank class can implement US Bank as well as Brazil Bank as well as UK Bank. Okay, so let's see. Again, I'll create this diagram so that you can understand better. So let's see. I'll have three interfaces: one, two, and three interface. First interface is, let's see, US Bank. Okay, and I have, let's see, Brazil Bank. This is my interface, and I have, let's see, UK Bank. Okay, UK Bank. Now HSBC Bank is there. Let's see. So I have one single class, HSBC Bank. Okay, so this HSBC, HSBC Bank, this is a class, okay, is available. So HSBC Bank says that okay, I want to open a branch in US, in Brazil, and UK. So how will I exactly open? So simple. These three interfaces, okay, this bank can implement these three interfaces like this. Okay, so ultimately we can say that multiple inheritance. It's inheriting some property from multiple parents, multiple interfaces. Okay, so this concept is called implementation. Implements. Okay, this relationship is called implements. It means HSBC Bank is implementing US Bank, HSBC Bank is implementing Brazil Bank, HSBC Bank is implementing UK Bank. Okay, now let's see. Okay, so now let's see what happens. I'll have one more bank. Let's see, one more bank is there, and the bank name is, let's see, HDFC Bank or ICICI Bank. Okay, ICICI Bank, and ICICI Bank also they want to open this branch in US, Brazil, and UK. In UK, like this also. Okay, so number of interfaces are available. If you want to open any branch, if you want to make a relationship with any interface, this particular class has to implement all these interfaces. Okay, so okay, uh, let's write the same Java code according to this design. So let's create, first I'll create one US Bank interface. Okay, so let's see, I'll create US Bank, and okay, sorry, instead of class we have to create an interface. So how to create? Just right click new, instead of class we have to create interface. Okay, so I'll create US Bank interface is the interface name. And interface, always remember, there is no main method in interface. Okay, so just click on finish. So simple public interface, Interface is the keyword, just like class keyword, and US Bank is the interface name. Okay, being created. If you mouse over, you can see that I means this is your interface. Okay, so in interface, what I'll do simply I'll create that I told you, right? We have to create rules and regulation in the form of methods. So let's see, I'll create one method, public void credit method. Okay, like this. So in interface, always remember we don't give the method body. Only method definition. That's it. Only prototype method. Okay, the prototype of method we declare. That's it. Only declaration of the method. No need to write the entire method body. That's it. So we have public void credit. We have public void debit. One more method. And let's see, we have one more method, public void. And we have, let's see, transfer money. Okay, we have transfer money. Fine. And one more variable is there. Let's see, integer minimum underscore balance should be $100, like this. Okay. So US Bank says that okay, if you want to open any branch uh, in my country, so minimum balance should be $100. Credit method should be there, debit method should be there, and transfer money should be there. Okay. If you try to give any method body, see, if you try to give like this, immediately it will give you error. In interface, we cannot give method body. Remove method body. See. Okay. So just remove the method body. And so what are the different properties of interface? Okay, so different properties of interface, only method declaration. First property is only method declaration. Okay, it means no method body. It means no method body. It means only method prototype. Generally, we say only method prototype. We just declare the method prototype. Okay, in interface, we can declare the variables. Okay, like this. In interface, we can declare the variables. We can declare the variables. Okay, and variables are by default static in nature. Okay, so no need to write a static keyword there. By default, these are static in nature. Okay, and the value of variable will not be changed. Okay, variables value will not be changed. Okay, we cannot change the value of variable. Okay, will not be changed. Okay, will not be changed like this. Okay, sorry for typo. Okay, one more thing, important thing, don't be confused. No static method in interface. Always remember guys, no static method in interface. Okay, no static methods are allowed. If you try to write any static method like this, public static void, no static method. Why? Because interfaces are part of object oriented programming concept. It's part of objects, so objects cannot have static methods, so that's why we never write static methods. It's okay. Okay, Java says that we cannot write any static methods in interface. Okay. Okay, and no main method in interface. We don't have any main method in interface. So interfaces are abstract in nature. It means we cannot create the object of interface like this. We cannot create the object of interface. Means interface are interface is abstract in nature. Okay, interface is abstract in nature. So whenever at the time of interview, if they ask any question, okay, what exactly interface? So you have to give all these 6 7 points. Okay, always remember, if you are giving answer like this, then this is the perfect answer, that yes, no method declaration, only method declaration, no method body, only method prototype. Most of the people, they are not aware about this thing. We can declare the variables, but variables are by default static in nature. Okay, but methods are but methods are non-statics. Okay, we cannot create any static methods. No main method inside the interface. We cannot create the object in interface. It means interfaces are abstract in nature. Abstract means we cannot instantiate. Okay, instantiate means we cannot create the object of interface. Okay, okay. So what I'll do, so this is US Bank I've created. Now I'll create one class. So let me create a class, and the class is through the diagram. So let's create one class HSBC Bank. Okay, so HSBC Bank is a class, and I'm not going to execute this class. I'm just designing this class, and just click on finish. So what is the relationship between HSBC Bank and US Bank? Right now, no relationship. But if you want to make any relationship between a class and interface, it means interface is your parent interface. This US Bank is your parent interface, and HSBC Bank is a child class. Okay, so we have to use implements keyword. Remember through diagram, we have to use implement. It means HSBC Bank implements US Bank. HSBC Bank implements US Bank like this. Okay, so US Bank is your interface and HSBC Bank is a class. Okay, but right now it will give you error. Why? I told you. If a particular class is implementing okay any interface, okay, if a particular class is implementing any US Bank, let's see, in US Bank I have these three methods, one, two, and three methods. These three methods I have. So in HSBC Bank, we have to define these three methods, compulsory to define these three methods, one, two, and three. And HSBC Bank can have their own method also, right? So in HSBC Bank, having total six methods in this case, three methods they are overriding from US Bank, okay, and three methods separately available in HSBC Bank. It's their own method, okay. So HSBC Bank says that okay, the only rule is we have to follow all the rules and regulations. It means we have to follow all these three methods: credit, debit, and transfer money. So you have to follow if you are implementing US Bank. So in US Bank, we have three rules. So we have first method is public void credit method. So we have to give now here we have to give the method body according to the HSBC Bank. What exactly the HSBC Bank policy and what exactly their business logic and all we have to write here. US Bank says that okay, we are not bothered about what exactly the business logic we are going to write. It's up to you. We just want to make sure that our people should get these three facilities: credit, debit, and transfer money. HSBC Bank says that okay, we are ready to give these three facilities, but we will implement our business according to us. So we will define your method, but what exactly the method body and what exactly we will write inside our method, it's up to us. So US Bank doesn't have any problem with that. It's allowed. Okay. So that's why we never give the method body inside the interfaces methods, and we always give the method body in the implemented class. Okay. So credit system.out.println, let me write HSBC credit, and we have one more method, public void debit method system.out.println. We have HSBC debit, and we have one more method, public void, and this method is, let's see, one more method we have, transfer money. Exact method without any spelling mistake here, right? System.out.println, and I'll write HSBC transfer money. Okay, now if you save it, okay, I think still check the spelling, debit, credit, and see S is missing here, transfer money. Now if you see, error is gone. So credit, debit, and transfer money, these three methods are available here: exact spelling, credit, debit, and transfer money. And these three methods we are implementing inside the HSBC Bank with their method, with their respective method body. Okay, so immediately error is gone. If you don't implement any of the method, let's say I'll remove this, immediately it will give you error. The error is HSBC Bank must implement the inheritance method, US Bank transfer money method. It shouldn't. Okay, it should inherit. It should override. Okay, so make sure whatever the methods are available inside the US Bank interface, you have to implement all those methods. And US banks, okay, and HSBC Bank says that okay, fine, and we have our own method also. We will give some extra features also to our customers. So public void, and let's see, I have one method, education loan, Okay, education loan. And system.out.println, I'll write HSBC education loan. And one more method HSBC bank is public void. Let's see, car loan. Okay, and system.out.println, I'll write HSBC car loan. Okay, so total we have five methods. These three methods we are overriding from a US bank, and these two methods are the separate method of HSBC bank. So total we have five methods inside our HSBC bank. Okay, so let's test this particular feature. Go to new, create a class, and let's say I'll create one test bank. Now select the main method and click on finish. So what I'll do, I can create, see, first of all, I cannot create the object of interface. I told you, right? We cannot create the object of interface. US bank interface, I cannot create the object. So let's see, I'll try to create, okay, US bank B is equal to new US bank. Immediately it will give you error that cannot instantiate the type US bank. It means instantiate means we cannot create the object of US bank. We cannot create the object of US bank. Just remove it. Okay. But can I create the object of HSBC bank? Yes. HSBC bank. Sorry. HS is equal to new HSBC bank. So I can create the object of US HSBC bank. Why? Because HSBC bank is a class and publicly defined, so I can create the object in test bank anywhere, publicly available. Right? So HS dot, I can access all these methods. Okay, so I can access HS dot credit method, I can access HS dot debit method, I can access HS dot uh, transfer money method. Okay, I can access HS dot education loan method, I can access HS dot, and we have one more method, that is I think car loan, right? Car loan. Okay, so all these methods we can access. So if you run this program, let's run it, run as Java application. You will see HSBC credit, HSBC debit, transfer money, education loan, and car loan. Okay, so it's executing and accessing all the methods of HSBC bank. Right now, same thing, dynamic polymorphism. This is again your compile time polymorphism, because we are overriding methods. Three methods are getting overridden. Okay, we are overridden methods will be called plus separate methods of class will be called. Now we will achieve dynamic polymorphism. So what is dynamic polymorphism? Child class object. Remember, polymorph, dynamic polymorphism. It means child class object can be referred by here. Child class object can be referred by parent interface reference variable. It means this is your dynamic polymorphism. It means child class object. So I'll create the child class. Child class is HSBC bank. Just create the object HSBC bank. I'm not creating any reference variable. Can be referred by parent interface reference variable. It means this thing is referred by is equal to US bank. And let's see, I'll write B is equal to this. So this is allowed. Same thing we did at the time of inheritance. If you remember, test car, dynamic polymorphism, child class object can be referred by parent class reference variable. So new BMW can be referred by parent class reference variable. Same thing here. Child class object can be referred by parent's interface reference variable. Simple. Okay, so now can I access B dot credit method? Yes, I can access B dot credit method. Can I access B dot debit method? Yes, I can access B dot debit method. Can I access B dot transfer money? Yes, I can access B dot transfer money. Now, can I access B dot education loan? I cannot. Why? Because these education loans, okay, only and only defined by HSBC bank. Okay, separate. These are the separate method of HSBC Bank. These are not overridden methods. So only and only overridden methods will be called. Always remember. Okay. Why? If you give access on education loan and car loan, it means US Bank B is okay accessing the separate method of HSBC Bank. It means, let's see, tomorrow ICICI Bank says that okay, we are implementing HSBC Bank. They can create US Bank interface reference variable equal to new HSBC Bank, and they can access these three methods. I mean these two methods, separate methods. Okay, so this is not allowed. Only and only overridden methods will be called. So we cannot access education loan as well as we cannot access car loan. See, car loan is not available. Okay, so only overridden methods will be called. Always remember. Okay, so here what is the concept for overridden methods? If okay, the concept is if a class is implementing okay any interface, okay, then it's mandatory okay to define or override all the methods of interface, all the methods of interface. If a particular class is implementing US Bank interface, okay, then it's mandatory to define over or override all the methods of interface. We have three methods: credit, debit, transfer money. It's compulsory to define all these three methods, compulsory to override all these three methods, and a class can have their own separate methods. Okay, okay. So now what about okay? Come back to test bank. So we have defined one variable minimum balance equal to 100. So how to access? If you want to print system.out.println minimum balance value, okay, so can you print like this minimum balance? No, because we minimum balance is by default static in nature. So how exactly we have to get? We have to get it by class name or interface name directly. Because what is the interface name? US Bank. So simple, you write US Bank dot minimum balance. So it will print 100. It will print 100. Okay. And if you try to change the value, let's see, I'll write US Bank dot minimum balance is equal to 200. Okay, this is not allowed. You cannot change. See, the final field US Bank balance cannot be assigned. Okay, so minimum balance, if any interface reference variable, first of all, by default is static in nature. One more concept is there, and also final in nature. Final means you cannot change the value of this particular interface variable. Okay, if once you have defined the interface variable value, then you cannot change its value. This is the concept. Okay, so we can declare the variables, but we need to initialize it, and the value of variable cannot be changed. Okay, so we cannot change the value of 100. Let's see, test bank we'll see, and then we are going to change from 100 to 200, because these are the standard rules we have already defined. We have already defined all these rules. We cannot change these rules. If minimum balance equal to 100, then it should be 100. We cannot change it to 200, right? So this is as per the design. We cannot change the value of value of variables. Okay, so let me write here variables value. We write variable value will not be changed. Okay, so it will be constant. It means it's final in nature, constant in nature. Okay, I'll tell you what is final keyword later. Constant in nature. It means once we have defined, it cannot be changed. Okay, so this is the concept of interface. Okay, so same thing. I'll create one more bank, one more interface, Brazil Bank. Let's see. I'll create interface Brazil Bank. Brazil Bank. Click on finish. Okay, and I'll create in Brazil Bank. I'll create one method. Let's see, one, because this is again interface, so we have to just give the method prototype public void, and Brazil Bank says that um, let's see, mutual fund. Okay, mutual fund method should be there. Okay, system.out.println. Sorry, we cannot have method body, right, in interface, so only method prototype. So we have public void mutual fund. So this HSBC bank now wants to open a branch in Brazil. So what exactly they have to do? They are already implementing one parent interface. HSBC Bank implements US Bank, but HSBC Bank can implement Brazil Bank also. So how to implement two interfaces? We have to write comma, and we have to write sorry, we have to write comma Brazil Bank like this. Okay, so now error is coming. Why? Because HSBC Bank is also implementing Brazil Bank. So it's compulsory to define mutual fund also, mutual fund method, right? So I'll define Brazil Bank method here. Okay, and implement Brazil Bank method. So Brazil Bank method is public void mutual fund, and here I'll give the method body system.out.println, and let's see, I'll define uh, whatever you want to write mutual fund, and I'll write here Brazil Bank. Okay, or let's see, simple HSBC mutual fund, simple banks. Okay, so these top three methods we are inheriting, implementing from US Bank. These two methods we are separate method we have, and this method we are taking it from Brazil Bank. Okay, so let me write these three methods we are overriding from US Bank, and these two methods, okay, these two methods separate methods of HSBC Bank class, and this method we are overriding Brazil Bank method, overriding from Brazil Bank. Okay, overriding from Brazil Bank. Okay, so that's why we always design like this. Okay, so this is called achieving multiple inheritance. Okay, we are achieving multiple inheritance. Multiple inheritance means multiple parents are there, multiple parent reference, multiple parents are there. One, two, three parents are there for HSBC Bank. But at the time of inheritance, we cannot do that. Okay, so yeah. So let me this sometimes, okay. So we are achieving. Let me write each and every note in my language. So just please ignore the spelling mistakes and all. We are achieving multiple inheritance. Okay, multiple inheritance. HSBC Bank is implementing HSBC Bank also, Brazil Bank also. It means two parents of a single class. We are achieving multiple inheritance, and sometimes this concept is called, remember in test in we created BMW class, right? This concept is called has a relationship. So we generally we call this relation is called is a relationship. Okay, this is also called is a relationship. So they will ask you at the time of interview what is the difference between has a relationship and is a relationship. Okay, so is a relationship means we are talking about interface and class. Okay, interface and class relationship, and has a relationship means class to class relationship. It means extends keyword where we were using, and here we are using implements keyword. Okay, so please make sure you remember all these concepts. This class is really important. Okay, so let me know if you have any doubts. Thank you.